Okay, we have a further maths question here from our last GC. GC that was held January of 2025. So knowing that in a week or 2 weeks from now we'll be writing further maths by 2025, it's important that we look at some of the questions. So now here's one of the questions from the last GC. Find the equation of the tangent to the circle x squared plus y squared negative 2x plus 4y equals 5 at negative 1 comma 2. Now the first thing you want to understand, for an equation to be complete, you need two things, the point and the slope. The point and the slope. Point and slope. Now you'll be given the point. You'll be given point already. You have your x, negative 1, your y, 2. You need to get the slope. Slope is also seen as a gradient. You understand? When you have a quadratic expression, you understand? When you have an expression other than cubic, quadratic, you understand? In those terms, you want to use the differential value. That is, your gradient is going to be of the y and x. So we have to differentiate this to get our what? Our slope, or the gradient, or our f prime of x. In that case, they all mean the same thing, the y and x. So let's get down to it. Let's start. We have x squared plus y squared negative 2x plus 4y equals 5. Now, if we differentiate this, we are going to get what? 2x. Remember, if we differentiate with respect to x, we always write, if we differentiate with respect to y, we get, if I say y squared, what will I get? If I bring this forward, I will get what? 2y. The power of y, subtract 1 from here, you get what? 1. Is it not true? Yeah. But you always add dy dx. If you are differentiating r cubed, what will you get? You say 3r squared, dr dx. You understand? We are differentiating r with respect to x. This is what you get. You understand? But if you are differentiating x, let's say x squared, you get what? 2x. Why is it there? Because the x cancels out. So there is no point putting the x, they cancel out. But for every other variable you want to introduce, you want to keep there. You want to keep the y, the x, you understand? You want to keep there. So here, in the case of y, we're going to have what? 2y what? Dy dx. Remember, differentiating this means you bring your power this way, you need 2 times x. 2 minus 1, 1. So you get 2x. Then if you differentiate y, the same way, you have what? Y squared. You bring this here, you have 2 times y, 2 minus 1. 1. So you have 2y. But you have to put what? 2y dy dx. Whenever you differentiate with y, whenever you differentiate y. Now, if you differentiate 2x, what will you get? You get the what? Negative 2x, you get the negative 2. Like I said, negative 2x. X here is power 1. If you bring this here, you have to have negative x times this 1 times x. 1 minus 1 is what? 0. N raised to power 0 is what? 1. 1 times 1 times negative 2. Everything becomes what? Negative 2. Plus what? Now differentiate 4y. You get what? 4 dy dx. Differentiate 4y, you get what? 4. Then you always introduce your dy dx. So this is what we have for that. Then remember, if you differentiate a constant, you get the what? Differentiate a constant, you get the what? 0. Remember, every constant is raised to power what? 0. X here is raised to power 0 because there is no x. So if you do your constant multiple 7, bring this here, times 0 times x. Subtract 1 from here, you get negative 1. If you multiply everything, because of the 0, you get the what? 0. So when you're differentiating a constant, you always end up getting 0. It doesn't matter what happens because we're multiplying everything by 0.
That is 5x.
5x, the same thing. Here is just power 0. Bring this. 5 times 0 times 0 minus 1 is negative 1, right? You multiply this whole thing, you get the what? A 0. So irrespective of the value, once it's a linear term, and once it's a constant, you get the 0. It's a linear term, you get the constant. So this is what we have. we're looking for the y dx. So everything that doesn't have the y dx, you take them over to the other side. So we're going to have what? 2y dy dx. We have plus 4 dy dx equals what? Bring it here. Negative 2x. Let me start with this. This will become what? 2, right? It's coming over to this side. It becomes 2. Then this becomes negative 2x. Remember, I was solving for the y dx. So, like at this point, I would like to factor the y dx. If I take the y dx out, what will I be left with? 2y plus 4 equals to 2 minus 2x. Now, divide 2 by what? 2y plus 4. Divide 2 by 2y plus 4. This cancels out. So we are left with dy dx is equals, dy dx is equals what? 2 minus 2x over what? 2y plus 4. 2y plus 4. Now, this is our slope. The y dx equals to 2 negative 2x over 2y plus 4. Now, this is our slope. Remember, they give us value for x, negative 1 and 2. So let's put them. So the y dx will be what? 2 minus what value for x? Negative 1. All over 2. What's our y? 2 plus 4. This will help us get our actual slope in terms of the real number. So 2, this is going to be plus negative and negative is what? Positive. So everything here is going to be 4. 2 plus 2 over 4 plus 4. Which is what? 4 over 8. Which is 1 over 2. Now this is our slope. Our slope is what? 1 over 2. Now we have our slope. Slope is 1 over 2 and our point is what? Negative 1 over 2. Now we can get our equation. Now the equation is going to be y minus y1 equals x open bracket, equals n open bracket x minus x1. So there is our y x1 and this is our y1. So we solve y minus what's our y1? 2 equals our slope is what? 1 over 2 open bracket x minus what? Minus 1. So if you multiply this, you get a positive value. 1 over 2 open bracket x plus 1 equals to y minus 2. I want to continue from here. Can you read? Okay, so at this point, we multiply through. We have y negative 2 equals 1 over 2 multiply x. We have 1 over 2x. 1 over 2 plus 1, we have 1. Multiply 1, we have 1 over 2. So this is what we have here. I think I have to clean this place. So we can clean here. We already have this information. Alright, so we have y negative 2 equals what? 1 over 2x plus 1 over 2. Now y will be equal, take this over to this side. We have 1 over 2x plus 1 over 2 plus what? 2 over 1. Now, if we solve negative 2 becomes positive 1. If we solve this, 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is what? 4. So we have y equals 1 over 2x. If you solve this, you're going to get 5 over 2. Hence, y equals 1 over 2x plus 5 over 2. Now, this is the equation. But if you want to put this out, you multiply 2 by 2. You get 2y equals x plus 5. You multiply 2 by 2. 2 times y, you get 2y. 2 we cut out with this 2, to give you x. Then 2 we cut out with this again, giving you with 5. If you want it like that. Or you could just leave it the way it is. Y equals 1 over 2x plus 5 over 2. Like this is correct, like this is correct. You can still put it this way. You can still write 2y negative x equals 5. You can still put it like that. It's correct, this is not correct, and this is correct. So this is the equation. This is the equation of the tangent line to the circle. This is the equation. This is that.